Right now we've been driving around mostly in sport mode. Gives you a little bit of extra engine tone. Boost comes on a little bit earlier. Man, these cars are fun to drive. Turning in this GTI is awesome. The new steering rack in these Mark 7s is so much quicker. You barely have to turn the wheel to do a 90-degree lock. And of course, plenty of torque and power from this 2-liter turbo. Transmission is a joy to shift. Heel and toe is pretty easy to do. And that front differential really digs in there. There's just so much traction out of the turns. Again, here we are on a pretty bumpy road. Ride is really well composed. The surface tends to unsettle a lot of different cars, but the GTI feels good. It's not harsh. It's just really well damped. This car does pull really well. It doesn't fall off into the higher RPMs. A little bit of understeer if you don't set it in right. But for a 30-degree day, plenty of grip from this car. I love that front differential. It just bites, grabs and holds. Alright, let's take a look at the spec on this car here. Take things down a notch. MSRP on the GTI SE is $30,120. As equipped, this car is $34,230. And we've got some extras on here, like the driver assistance package, which includes adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, autonomous and emergency braking, blind spot monitor, lane departure, park distance control with parking steering assist. And then we've got a lighting package for $995 and dynamic chassis control. This one is the 4-door, which I personally tend to prefer. I think the added practicality of 4 doors is nice on a daily basis. You don't have to reach so far back to get your seatbelt as you do with the 2-door. You guys have seen plenty of Mark 7s by now. This isn't anything new. Not much has changed. Plenty of back seat room. Lots of nice headroom in the driver's side and back seats and passenger side. Car has a little bit of luggage space underneath this. I'll show you an example of how quick the steering is. So it's basically just 2 turns lock to lock. And steering, turning radius is great. There we go. This feels a little bit more than 210 horsepower. I get the feeling that Volkswagen tends to kind of underrate their GTIs a little bit. This thing pulls really hard. The 6-speed manual is good. Really enjoyable, really engaging to drive when you're just cruising around slowly, but once you get into it and you're really hustling it, there's some good direct positive engagement between gates. It's a little bit of a longer throw, but it's a really nice transmission. It feels great. This is definitely one of the better 6-speeds on the market. And of course, the steering wheel, the materials, all your touch points are really nice. I do like the golf indents, the golf ball indents on the shifter. The steering wheel is made of a fantastic material. This leather is just amazing. It feels super premium. I'm not a big fan of the cruise control layout. I really like the cruise control layout on the Mark 6 GTI, and it was just so intuitive. This is, I don't know, it seems just like a bunch of randomly placed buttons to me. And I'm not as big of a fan. It's taken me some time to get used to. But otherwise, I really enjoy the design on this wheel. This car is so confidence-inspiring. There's so much grip, it's predictable. And of course, with this front differential, man, it just hooks up and digs right out of corners. Hard all the way up to 7,000 RPM. It's really nice to be able to turn traction control off and still get some differential grip on the front end. The difference between the mechanical differential and what the electronic can do is pretty significant. I would definitely recommend going for the mechanical limited slip. This is a super bumpy road, and it feels good. It's comfortable. As always, GTRs are really pretty neutral. Can't do a whole lot to upset them around the turns. turn in this car is just fantastic. Steering feels pretty good. You definitely know what's going on with the front wheels. You can feel them start to break away. Being an electronic rack, it's not giving you tons of feedback, but it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better steering racks that I've driven recently with some decent feel. Man, that power is addictive. Let's do a 60 to 0 brake test here. Second gear goes beyond 60. Brakes seem to work well enough, but they honestly don't feel that much different from the Mark 6. You know, this is a really, really great car. For 34 grand, the Golf R is a better car. The Golf R is phenomenal. It's such... I mean, I drove that a few months ago and it just blew me away. It has so much grip and dynamically it feels so good. But you can't go wrong with this GTI. I would just forgo some of the luxury features. Maybe get the dynamic chassis control with limited slip. But for the money, it's so much car.